glaring morning. It's going to be a little awkward. I have to do this left-handed because it's still pretty tender. Squeaks! Oh, I never kicked Joelle out of here. I gotta kick Joelle out of here. Hi, Squeak! Oh, Reese thinks I have food. Which I don't. I don't have food. All the chores are done for the most part. Oh, you think I have food now. Bluey's looking great. Bluey was looking rough for a minute there, but she's looking great. So most of the chores are done. I didn't want to interfere with Jay's live. I know he was doing his live, and I was waiting to see if Jeff was going live before I went live. Still have a few more watch hours to get before I get monetization. I mean, I have it, but there's 2 levels of monetization, and I have reached the first one, which is I can ask for, or I can enable super chats and super stickers and whatnot, and I have not done that because, and I'm gonna have part of the discussion on this live be about my feelings about that, and you guys will see where I'm driving at with that in a bit. But my only goal, I never wanted money out of making videos and live stream and whatnot, so I just enjoy it, and I've always used what little platform I have to kind of spread love for the Steinmetz farm here and have more people try to come to the farm and watch the farm and whatnot, and that's always been my goal. Here, let's get out of here, Joelle. That's always been my goal, is, you know, I just like making videos and it's fun, and I want to spread the goats to people and get more people to watch the farm and help Jay and Lauren and their family and whatnot. So that's always been my goal if I were to even get monetization. Jay had to actually talk me into turning my Facebook on to enable monetization. I mean, they pay nothing. I'm like $40 a month at most. I mean, it's not the point. I don't really care. But where I'm going with that is there's 2 levels of monetization on YouTube. It's the first level is you get super chats and super stickers and memberships and all that stuff. And where that money comes from is you guys. And I don't want that. I don't want you guys to be giving me money for just something that I enjoy as a hobby and just something I enjoy as something that's part of my life. You know, it's dishonest for me to be asking you guys to give money when all I really want, if I'm even going to get money out of this, is YouTube to give me a cut of any ad revenue. So all I'm working at here is getting the last couple I think I'm like 150 watch hours away from being able to get ad revenue on YouTube, and then we'll be good to go. So that's where we're working at here. But to that point, anybody who follows me on, I mean, I think I did it on YouTube too, on Facebook for the last, I don't know, month, maybe a little more than a month, I had been subtly jabbing at some groups that I don't agree with what they do. And I never named anybody, but I've quite upset a few separate goat farms in a couple different states. Anybody who can read between the lines would know exactly who I'm talking about, even before I'm talking about it here. But, you know, I'm not very popular in Connecticut and New York, and certain parts of Pennsylvania. because I'm calling out dishonest donation requests and begging for money from people when that's not really cool. Everybody hits hard times. That happens. Everybody hits hard times. But when those hard times are a pattern from 2021, it's not a hard time anymore. It's you're using your followers as part of your paycheck. And that's not cool. That is not cool. Because what that does is it erodes trust in the general public wanting to give money to worthy causes for actual emergencies. Somebody's barn burns down, somebody gets a flood, somebody, I don't know, like there's countless amounts of situations where you know, unforeseen circumstances happen. But when that becomes consistent, and anytime there's any kind of curveball thrown your way, you're just like, hey, here's a picture of my bill. Anybody who wants to pay for it, please pay for it. Here's my total amount of bills that I'm behind on because I'm not good at budgeting. Like that it's just, it's, and I know I could scroll on, I could scroll through it, and I could pass, you know, I could take the higher road, I guess you could say. But it's just, it doesn't sit right with me, and I feel appropriate for me to, without naming names, if you guys want to read between the lines and know who I'm talking about, it's pretty obvious if you follow who it is. So, you know, I hope things work out for all parties involved, but at the same time, like, get your life together. Get mad at me, hate me all you want for it, but it's I would be embarrassed. I would be mortified, absolutely mortified, if this was consistently my message was, hey, I'm behind on my rent. Hey, my car broke down. I can't afford this. Hey, like, it's just, I'd be mortified putting that on the internet, let alone asking other people. I don't know, maybe it's a pride thing, maybe it's I just, so yeah, I've had quite a few people block me or unfriend me or you know, those kind of things based on my view. And I had tried to use my platform for a bit there to shed light on actual GoFundMes that need help, people in actual emergencies who aren't just using their followers. But I don't know, I felt like I was doing a good thing there, but at the same time, like, I don't want to just overwhelm people, and it as much as that was doing a good thing, I don't know. So yeah, I'm sure, I don't know, I blocked quite a few people involved, so, you know, if they want to hate watch through another account, that's all them. But you know, the way I look at it is, if I'm subtly referring to something that may refer to you, but I've never actually said anything about you, and you're inferring that my comments about dishonest GoFundMes and leeching money off your followers and having followers pay your bills, and I can't afford stuff, like, if that hits home and you think, oh, this is about me, it probably is about you. And maybe you should probably look in the mirror and change your mentality a little bit. Oh, I like that, Jimmy's. So that's me on my soapbox here. I have a very small platform. I don't, you know, but basically where I'm going with this is I'm trying to get monetization on YouTube, so YouTube can give me a cut of the ad revenue they're already making off of the videos I put out. So that's my goal, And despite having the ability to have you guys send supers, I'm not going to turn that on because I don't want you guys to give me your money. I want you to, if you feel inclined and you feel like generous and that's the best use of what you want to give for, you know, your expendable income, I want you to be able to give it to wherever you see fit. If that's Steinmetz Farm, if that's Jeff, if that's you know, somebody a homeless person on the street, if that's another, you know, a charitable organization, I want you to give the money there. I don't want you to give the money to me. I don't need the money. I have a good paying job. I'm fine with my finances. I know how to balance my checkbook. I know how to budget accordingly. You know, I'm an adult. I know how to adult, and that is definitely. What are you doing? I know it said this was barn animals and it's been on my face the whole time. She was trying to climb into that stall. So that's enough of my rant. But I make videos for just enjoyment. I like making them. It gives me some kind of creative outlet. I just love that he goes in and out on his own. He's actually getting a little horny. I heard him making some calls. Yeah, he's sniffing. I heard him making some calls earlier. He was chatting up the ladies out here. It's hard to do this left-handed. Oh, I did not weigh Forrest. I should do that. I didn't weigh him yesterday either. I'll wait till he gets his little butt back in here. Hey, I can pet her through the fence. Oh, that's funny. So that's Clara. If anybody doesn't know who that goat is, that's Clara. She's very, very, very friendly. And then we got Kalina here, who is Layla's kid. She's very friendly too. She's a little bit of a biter, but she's friendly. It's just wild to think, like, when Tanya and I first started coming here, Forrest is getting a little bit of nubs on his head over there. He's got horns coming in. When Tanya and I first started coming here, Tenley and Cowboy and Wes and Henny and I'm trying to think, Bella. Who was the other one? River, I think was his name. And I might be missing one. That group was born shortly before I think we had visited prior to that, or maybe not. Maybe it all blurs together. A lot has happened over the last 2 years. We've been coming here for about 2 years now, a little over 2 years, and that group was just born. And it's just wild to think about how one of those babies who Tanya first fell in love with, this little girl, who became an absolute terror around this place, and we love her, but she's an absolute menace, has her own kid. It's just insane to think how wild life is. Squeaks! Oh yeah, Dudley was in that group. He wasn't here long though, because he was so big, and they were still doing the snuggling stuff. So he didn't have a very long shelf life as far as being a snuggler, because he came out the womb as big as Joelle practically. I don't know about pool day. I know it's tomorrow. I just don't know. Hi, Tink. This is Bluey's sister. This is Tanya's favorite goat on the whole farm. Hey, Stella, it's me sending Tenley to events made her friendly, and she's a snuggler. She's still a snuggler. If I went over there, she'd jump on my lap. It wouldn't feel great, but she would definitely do it. But I liked sending Evie to events because Evie made things challenging. All right, let's give you a weight because you need to get weight. All right. 1 second. Oh, I got some good video of, well, not really good video, but wonder if she'll do it. Hopscotch zoomies. I'm holding a baby while doing this, so I'm trying to not make it so shaky. All right, this is hard to do with a baby and one hand, so I'm going to put him in here and try to get this hopscotch zoomies on camera. Oh, ran into a chair. The other thing I've been noticing since Bryce and Opal got reunited up here is Bryce is like so much more energetic. He's got so much more pep in his step. He seems bright-eyed. He seems generally happier that he's got his best friend up here to hang out. So he's actually being more vocal. I really like seeing how much personality's coming out of him now that he's got his girl back, because they have been mega bonded since birth. You're a sweet boy. And his, like, if anybody like has pet him before, his fur is just so unique. It's like velvety, fluffy, and thicker. It's got these like curls. Love this little dude. He's not little, but although I gotta say, it's like almost like he tapered out. Like he came out the womb gigantic. Well, I don't know, like gigantic. But he's not that much bigger than Opal now. He's still big, way bigger than her, but like not like what I would have expected, I guess. So I think he kind of tapered out a little bit. Hi, girl. All right, let's get a weight on Forrest before I forget. You were the original pain in the butt around here. You were such a troublemaker, and then you had a kid, 2 kids, and you leveled out. So I'm happy to see that. All right, let's get a weight. Flashlights need to go in the ride. Make sure your tray table's up and all the other stuff they say. Seatbelt fastened, tray table's up, you know, stay still. Stay still. Stay still. Stay still. This fluctuates too much. Okay. You're not making this easy, dude. I'll spin you. And something. He's at least 10 pounds. I'm going to call it 10 2.0 because it just keeps fluctuating too much. 10 pounds, 2.0 ounces. I gotta say though, like, this being my dominant hand, and this being the thing I would use to, like, rip a package open or hold a pencil, it's like I feel like I don't have a hand. Like, I can use my fingers, but like I feel like I can't do anything. It's annoying. So yeah, he had a decent gain. I didn't weigh him yesterday, I forgot to, but he had a decent gain. It's just funny, like when Forrest was born, I know Jay said it specifically, it's like all of her features, the ink ran out. Like, look at her eyebrow on her right eye, like it's nice and thick, or yeah, it's nice and thick and runs out. His starts thick and then stops. It's like it started and then it just couldn't print anymore. So I was really hoping that that's her coolest feature, I think, is her Cruella de Vil eyebrows. She just looks mean and mad and evil. And his started, but then ran out of ink, and then his left one never started. But he is so friendly. Jump on your mom's back. Do it. Do it. Nope. All right, let's go look at Linus's hair, because I posted a picture of it, but the picture doesn't do it justice. It is super awesome to see that, like, the one feature, actually maybe even both features, that we really wanted to see out of Jackman's offspring are coming through on Linus. So it looks like his buddies might be out at pasture. Yeah. Evie, you're going to need to move your butt. Or don't. Waffles is in here to get tagged because she's reserved and they want her to be pregnant. Look at how long that bang is already. Like, he's got bangs. He's got definite facial bangs. And his horns are coming out and twisting over instead of going up. So I'm hoping they go over and they twirl like Jackman's did. I mean, his horns were just so awesome looking. Yeah, look at that. He's got, I mean, we could give him nice hairdos could style his hair for videos. Put some, like, stuff in it, like beads, make him like a Viking or something when he gets his beard in. He looks great. He's doing good in here. Him and Waffles have kind of, they're kind of, I don't know if he sees her as his new mom again or if he sees her as his girlfriend, but they're always hanging out in here. Although I gotta say, I thought he's had so many different changes in his coat since he was born. Like, his mask is gone. He had that like Batman mask for a minute there, and now that's gone. I mean, I don't really care about that. I just, you know, as long as he's got his bangs, that's all we wanted. Evie. Yeah, like you see how her horns just go straight up? Like, I think his are gonna curve. I just hope they twist around. I don't remember Linus's birthday off the top of my head, and all the births just blend in anymore, so I know he was in the maternity ward with the babies because of Nevaeh for the March round, February round. So I think he was born last fall. I don't know. It all blurs together for me. This is one of Waffles' kids. This is Carol. Oh, he was born February. Wow. My memory is crap. So she's not very friendly. She'll run away from me, but she's a very pretty goat. Violet is a troublemaker. I always loved sending her on events because I didn't have to deal with her. She's very, very opinionated and likes to escape. And she has joined, there's a group. It was initially Cardi and Iris were the two that liked to do it. They would sneak into a closed pasture and get to where they weren't supposed to get to. She has now joined that group, and that's not surprising. So it's Cardi, Iris, Violet, and there's one more, and I don't know which one it is off the top of my head. There's 4 troublemakers that like to sneak into pasture 3 and the pig pasture through any little hole they can squeeze their little butts through. Rosemary finally quieted down. She stopped yelling for her kids. Billy's eye looks great, so she's doing good. You learned your lesson not to mess with the queen, did you? You thought your size would prevail. Thought you were going to win. But sooner or later, everyone realizes not to mess with this girl who's now fighting with Joelle and her sister. So this is Dusty and her sister Nellie, and maybe Dusty's in heat, but Nellie is queen around these parts. Oh, no, no, that's aggressive. You don't have to do it that hard. She's like slamming me on the wall. She's ruthless though, because I was filling waters. Oh, she found a salt spot. Okay. I was filling waters, so I was sitting right over there on the ledge. And I think at that point, usually when I would sit down, Yahtzee will jump in my lap. Sorry, there's a... So Yahtzee will jump in my lap, so I'm sitting there, and Hope's laying down. Hope's laying down right where Penelope is, so she's laying there. And there's plenty of space in front of her. All right. You're okay. I get it. You love me. I get it. So anyway, Hope is like Hope is laying down. If I can get this story finished. Hope is laying down there. There's space in front of her. I'm sitting down. Nellie loves to do this to me, so she comes up and she loves to rub her face on me and get pets and attention. And she wants to get to me, but she doesn't want to make a completely inconvenient two-step detour to get to where she wants to get to. So she like aggressively goes at Hope, who's laying down, to make Hope get up so she can take a straight line to me. I was like, that's not necessary. But you know, that's Nellie for you. She doesn't care. She doesn't care if you're a baby. She doesn't care if you're pregnant. She doesn't care if you're injured. She doesn't care if you're the favorite goat of the owners of the property. She will beat the crap out of you if you are in front of her in food or where she wants to get to. She rules with an iron hoof. I also got some of the most, yes, she's going at, Clara got too close and she didn't want that. So I also got some of the most aggressive Bambi leg rubs I've ever gotten since I came. She was going to town yesterday. Absolutely full energy, full force, slamming into my leg. I got some video of it, so maybe I'll make it into a reel or something. There's Trin. Oh, Trin got too close. I know. Just got to be careful with their horns. They point a certain direction. Oh, are you gonna lay down on me? This is a first. No, she just wanted to use me as a whole body rubbing pad. I don't know. Button. Oh, her horns aren't so bad. They are a little menacing, but I almost had my eye, I got hit right there, full force by Margot's horns. And that was partially my mistake, because I was filling hay feeders and she was eating out of the hay feeder. And I had bent down to pick up a Margot was behind me. I could have showed you her horns. They curve up in a certain way. I bent down to pick up a flake that dropped off the ground, and goats usually, they don't realize that the people are there. They always do kind of food aggression, get out of my way, I want to get that food. And she thought I was another goat coming for that food, so she slammed me with her horns, and they come to a fine point, instead of just being a thick mass like this. They come to a fine point and then they point outwards. So it went in the exact wrong way. I mean, thankfully it only hit me in the orbital bone, not the eyeball. But that was not fun. Did not feel good. And then Yahtzee got me with the same thing, like right here. But that wasn't her doing that. That was me not paying attention. I was sitting down by the watering station per usual. I think I was on my phone or something. I was looking down and she jumped into my lap and her horn hit me right in the face as she jumped in. Unicorn. That's Dorothy. That's Opal's mom. Although I shouldn't really even call you that because you rejected her like right away. But that is Opal's mom. This is the goat that almost got... No, this is the goat that almost choked out Lovebug. So this is Ladybug. She's the one who almost unalived a goat while I was here. Yeah, I know, I'm talking about you. You tried to choke out Lovebug. That was scary. I thought I finally bought myself a break from rubs from Nellie, but she's starting up again. If Cheryl's on here, there's your girl, who I just realized has her own fancy little nameplate now. She'd stop itching herself. Hi, Lily. And here's Clara. Clara's very, very friendly. She's actually one of my like, I'm not I wouldn't say favorites, but she was an early one that I enjoyed a lot of spending a lot of time with, because she was one of the first ones I got experience with helping get out of the sick ward. And that's when I fell in love with Monroe. Her and Monroe were best friends. They were both very sick for a very long time in what's now known as Stall 1. And you know, they had a lot of one-on-one attention trying to get them on the mend, and that's when we realized that how good raw milk is for getting their gut bacteria going, and that's what saved both her and Monroe from crossing the Rainbow Bridge too early. Unfortunately, Monroe ended up getting sick later again, but Clara's doing great, and she is mega friendly. It's really pretty too. I like her colors. And you got Dum Dum. Falling asleep standing up. Oh yeah, Colorado. I completely forgot about that. All right, Clara's trying to get in my lap. That's bold because you're getting too close to Nellie. Oh, I love Joelle. I just make fun of her. I absolutely love Joelle. She is a character. She is one of the friendliest goats here by far. All right, I'm gonna sneak out. Oh, did I wake you? Yeah, Joelle does look, she still has some room to go. I've been putting her up there anytime I do grains. But she seems to be getting, her sides are filling out a lot better now that tapeworm was treated. Rain's doing good. She's a little bit of a meanie. I'll go show her in a second. Oh, hi, Billy. Was I giving someone else attention? And, oh boy. So Billy and Nellie came back. So I'm going to get out of here and not let them fight. You got Minnie, who's not so Minnie anymore. So anyway, there's Rain, and I'll move from the fan in a second. I think Grayson was laying where Rain wanted to lay, and I heard this puppy yelp. And Rain took her horns to Grayson to make sure Grayson moved so she could lay where she wanted to lay. She's generally friendly, but she, you know, when I don't know, there's like a hierarchy of, you know, the dominance around here, and it's kind of changed, and it changes every time goats get put into maternity ward for giving birth, and then they come back out, and then they have to reestablish their pecking order. I always thought Rain was top dog around here, and she definitely can have that ruthlessness to her. But as soon as she went in to give birth to Stevie, she lost her rank. At least that's what I think happened. And then Billy took over her rank. And then Nellie kind of just worked her way up there. It's crazy, like how much it changes. Like, I always thought Margot was mean, and Margot can be mean, but it's more. I have a theory that Margot is Joelle's henchman. Joelle is kind of, she runs her show, and Margot will do her bidding for her, is what I think. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Mary. I think anytime they have kids, they tend to mellow out a bit. I just love, this is the favorite, I love that Pep and Bambi are the only two that do this. They do this like goofy chin up, side to side head movement, and it's so funny to me. It just looks so adorable. Hi, buddy. Oh no, she's good. She had 5 kids at one point and never lost the baby weight. She's had a number of kids over the years, and I think at one point she had, I think her last round, if I could be wrong, but I think one of her last rounds was 5 kids, and she just never lost her baby weight. But she's awesome. She's one of my favorites. And then Shania is another one that never lost the baby weight. Here's Margot and her kid. Margot and Polo. And honestly, like he's not getting bangs. So Linus being the Billy was the right call. Genetically, you'd think like, all right, well, he was the biggest of the Jackman kids. He was the healthiest. He was the stockiest. Like he has the best genes to pass on. It's a risk as far as size goes because he came out gigantic. I haven't seen him do anything as far as locking up. I don't want to test it because I feel like that's kind of mean. But if I see it, I'll call it out. I haven't even seen it out of Stevie either. I know Stevie had, what? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I know Stevie had some feigning, like her legs were locking up. He had some, like he had full on, like, whole body lockup. But I haven't seen it, so I don't know if he's growing out of it. But anyway, where I was going with that is the goal is ultimately try to get Jackman kids with the bangs and Jackman kids with his horns, hopefully. So you'd think it would have been him, but fate works in mysterious ways, and Linus, being the runt and being small and the tough road, you never would have thought he'd be the choice, but like it's a good story, and he got healthy and he got huge, and he's perfect for it. And he's now got bangs, and his horns look like they might be twisting out, so it's super cool. Stevie got really friendly. She was actually not friendly at all. She was not friendly at all for a bit there, but that's because Rain was such a helicopter mom, and usually dam-raised goats are not as friendly as bottle babies or ones that get a lot of hand attention. And she did a good job of raising her kid, but eventually she came around. Hi, Millie. Eventually she came around and she got real friendly. Hi, Joelle. Myrtle, who's never grown. She's very small. I want to say you're Vicky. You got Miracle and Aladdin and Katie. Although that's, I mean, actually, let's talk about that for a second. You guys remember that Aladdin is not actually Miracle's child, right? Aladdin was Jasmine's child that was given birth via C-section. Or no, not via C-section. That was the one that was stuck and got out before they had to do a C-section on her for the, yeah. Either way, that's Jasmine's kid, and Jay had to help graft her onto Miracle, and Miracle then tried to steal all the babies that round, but they're still super bonded, so that's super cool. And speaking of, there's Jasmine. And Hope. You got something on your head. All right, now does Patsy look more like Queso or more like Shania? I feel like she looks like Queso. Like maybe color-wise Queso, but the face looks like Shania. Here's Pickles. Might have some girls in heat out here. Freedom and Cora are getting a little friendly. Oh, Shania's out here. Shanae. But yeah, she's another one that definitely never, I mean, she is also pregnant again, at least we hope she is, but she never lost her baby weight. She's always been a chunky chunk. There's Pepperoni. I have a video I'm working on with this guy, but it's going to take some time because it's a lot of props and a lot of A lot of little recording clips and piece them all together, but I'll get it done. I think they're liking this. They're rubbing all the bark off the side. There's Bree. She was never friendly, and then became friendly. So I always like to see that. Frenchie's friendly. She's cool. You know, it's with a good amount of goats gone. It's or have gone to forever homes. It's definitely different around here. The chores aren't nearly as challenging to get everything done. You know, I can definitely get it done in a shorter period of time, so it's nice from that regard. I'm sure it's nice on the paying for supplies part of things too, or it'll eventually get there. But I don't know how many are still here, maybe 130 or so. Let's go. The boys are back in. Boys. No car shows this weekend. Well, there technically is one today, but my car is getting some work done. Nothing new. It's just the water pump was making a noise, so I'm having them rebuild that or get a new one. I got 2 shows next weekend, but this weekend I'll be able to relax. Montimus. He's definitely got the best beard on the property. Like, I so want to put, like, I want to make him into a Viking. I want to put, like, whatever Vikings do to their beards with, like, braiding it. I think he'd look so cool, but I also don't want to, I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to go through that effort. Plus, I'm sure somebody would say that's not cool to do that to an animal. Linus, hello, sir. So we'll see what his beard looks like once it starts coming in. But those boys are doing good, and all's well here. So I'm gonna finish topping off a few waters, and then probably head home. So maybe wash the cars today, because it looks like although it is gonna rain tomorrow. There's Yahtzee and her mom, who donated all of her beautiful colored coat to Yahtzee. All of them. All these colors found their way. Look at this. All these browns and blacks and whites and spots and fancy colors and all that. And then plain. Plain. But we love her. She's super friendly. So I hope you guys have a good Saturday. I hope everything works well for Jay and Lauren on their trek back to Pennsylvania in a fix or repair daily. So yeah, don't buy a Ford. All right, guys, have a good day.